What's up, guys and gals? Corey Jeffries here. I wanted to quickly talk to you guys about salary advances and the benefits of salary advances, from your bank, right? Now, most of the times, when we were brought up, we were taught to get a salary advance if, we were behind on our bills or we needed to catch up on our bills with a salary advance, right? So the I'm going to teach you guys a different way to use a salary advance. And it's a way that we should have been taught a long time ago. I believe, honestly, as an entrepreneur, a salary advance is really free money to me, right? If you go get a salary advance, it's free money. And the reason it's free is because you can take it, invest it in something, make your money back, and then, pay that salary advance back and keep the profit, right? But we weren't taught like that, right? So most people, let's say, for example, your bills are, $2,400 a month and your income is $2,000 a month. So therefore, you're $400 in the hole, and you're always going to remain $400 in the hole as long as you're getting those salary advances, because they're doing nothing but, just they keep enabling you to stay broke, right? It just keeps enabling you to remain broke. So I'm about to break that for you. If you're getting a salary advance, let me help you out. So let me tell you a story about, how I use a salary advance to actually make money instead of, just paying the bank back and losing money, right? So a salary advance is basically like a loan. Whenever you take a salary advance out, they charge you, right? There's a fee to borrow that money, and then you still got to pay it back. So back when the smartphones first came out, right, there was an issue with the smartphones. They had the batteries, the battery in the phone wouldn't last long. The battery lasts maybe, I don't know what, like 4 hours. So the phone really, it was almost pointless, right? So I was working at the Sprint store at the time, and I quickly realized that there was a need for something to resolve this issue, right? So it wasn't long term, but I definitely hopped on the trend. So what it was is, when I was at the Sprint store, they were selling these the batteries, the extended batteries, if you will. So they basically made the phone last for like 8 hours or a whole hour, a whole day, right? So with that, what I did was I said, okay, if the Sprint store is selling these batteries for $50, I'm pretty sure I can find them on eBay or somewhere for cheaper, right? So I hopped on eBay. I found them for like $7, right? So with $7 a battery, right, I'm like, cool. So, I purchased the battery, and I turned around and sold it on Craigslist, and I sold it for $30. Like the first one I sold it for $30 on Craigslist, right? So I'm like, cool, bet. That's what I'm gonna do. So here's where the salary advance comes in, right? So pay attention, right? I'm still working a regular job. I'm getting a paycheck. So that allows me to get a salary advance, right? So the bank says, okay, you have a paycheck coming in every 2 weeks. So that means every 2 weeks, if you want to borrow money, we can take it right out of your check as soon as it hits your account. I'm like, cool, no problem. So, I would go take a salary advance out of about $200, right? And I'm talking small numbers because I want people to be able to relate, right? I don't want to talk humongous numbers like $20,000, $50,000, because that throws people off, right? So I'm talking small numbers. So I will go take a salary advance out for like 200, right? And with my salary advance, if I take out 200, right, they automatically deduct the fee out. So if I took out 200, I end up getting like 180 or 190 or something like that. So I'd always take out like 220 or 215 or whatever the case is to cover that fee, so I can get the whole 200, right? So I took this money out, right? Now at this point, it's free money, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why it's free money. It's not money coming out of my pocket, okay? So I borrowed this money from the bank. They've already taken their fee out, and I go buy about 15 or 20 batteries at $7 a piece. I think that's about, if I check right, it was about 140, 150, somewhere in there. So I'm spending about $150 on these batteries, right? And I'm turning around, and then I'm selling them for $30 a piece, right? So 20 times 30, I don't even know what that is. 20 times 30. So I made about $600. About $500 or $600, right? So keep in mind, I borrowed only 200 from the bank. I quickly flipped it, and then I made 600. So now I got a profit of about $300 to $400, and I could pay the bank back and they have their money, and I got my profit. So I made about $300 to $400. Now I did that multiple times. So I think I made about close to about two or three grand when I was doing it. You know, I would get the products, I would flip it and have the money back before it was time for them to pull the money out from my check. And even when my check came in, right? So I put the money back, or, you know, whatever the money came out, they, you know, credit union got their money back. I would go right back like 2 hours later, not even an hour later, like a minute later, and pull the money back out and look for the next thing to flip, right? So when we talk about salary advances, you know, it's nothing more than a loan, right? Really, it's just a hard money loan. If you know anything about real estate, it's really just a hard money loan because you got to pay it back really, really fast, right? So you get like a week or 2 weeks, just depending on your how your direct deposit is set up, right? So again, you know, honestly, salary advance is a gold mine if used right, right? So we were trained to use a salary advance as a mechanism to remain broke by paying our bills, right? And the bank doesn't care. The bank just wants that fee that they get for loaning you the money, right? The bank says, here's $200. That $200 is going to cost you extra $20. So you pay me $20 to borrow this $200 and pay me back my money. The bank doesn't care, right? The bank does it as good customer relation. They're like, okay, well, I know you're a little short. You know, we're not loaning you nothing heavy. You know, it's $200-$300. You know, that you can borrow against your check that's supposed to come in, right? So again, with that, you know, I just wanted to spread that piece of knowledge so you guys will understand that a salary, if you have the ability to get a salary advance, I mean, that you're in the money. Like, you can do many things. There's so many things out here that you could do, that you could buy. I mean, you could go to eBay, Amazon. You could get, you know, small amounts of products. You can order things from Alibaba, AliExpress, and you could just turn around and sell them. A note, if you're going to order from China, know it's going to take about a month for your stuff to come in. So just be cautious that you're able to order your products in a timely manner before the money is due back to the bank. Okay. So again, if you have a credit card, right? Even credit cards are a smart way to make an investment. And if you take your credit card, so let's say you have a $1,000 limit on your credit card. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you the things that I've done and things that you could do if you want to make some quick cash. Okay. So if you have a credit card, and let's say there's a program that's like $200-$300, you can get it started. And let's say it can make you about, I don't know, you know, maybe $300 or $400 a month, or whatever the case is, right? But, you know, you take that and you think about, if you spent $200 on the program, you know, you could stretch that out over, I don't know what your minimum card payment would be to pay that $200 back, but I'm pretty sure it would be no more than about $20 or $30 a month, right? So you're basically financing a business off of a credit card, money that's not yours, as long as it's making you money back, right? So, you know, again, money is money. It's about the process that you use to get the money, right? You got to take the money, hedge it, which means basically put it in something that's going to make you back money, right? And that's what the wealthy people do. That's what the wealthy do. That's what the rich people do. They take their money, then they sit it in a vehicle, something that's going to make them money, and then it just flows back, right? So if a wealthy person has 50 properties, right? Their money's tied up in the properties, but the properties are just kicking cash out each month because they got tenants. Tenants are paying them, right? So they just got cash coming in each month, right? So, you know, when we talk about living paycheck to paycheck, right? What I help you do is I help you find another method to make money, right? There's another method to making money besides just working one job. So, again, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Somebody asked me the question about salary advance. And I just wanted to kick it to you, let you guys know that if you can get a salary advance, I mean, you're in the money. And if you have any questions about what you should do with your money, or, you know, as far as, you know, buying products to flip and sell really, really quick, definitely just contact me. I'll be more than happy to, you know, take a listen at what you got going on, and, you know, maybe see if I can help you figure out how to flip it really quick and make you some quick cash. All right. You guys have a good evening. And I will see you guys later.